Okay, I'm hoping I am live in the RIA meetup, and I am hoping to see you guys joining me shortly. We are live. Again, this is Wendy Lovejoy. This is for real estate investors, and we are live on the RIA meetup for today's training. I'm hoping you get to be live with me shortly. I see people have joined us already. Feel free to say hi. I am looking forward to, there we go. Okay. I'm excited. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. I see that Michael is with us. Can you hear me? And once you tell me you can, I will continue. Hi, everybody. Give me a shout out, a wave, so I know you are hearing me. Hi, everybody. I am waiting. Okay, can you hear me? Hello, Saul. There we go. I see you can hear me. I love when you call me coach. Hi there, Michael. I see Corey, way to go. I am excited, guys, for tonight's training, and I am hoping you are here taking notes. People like Michael, who've been in my community, the real estate, our community, the real estate, for a while. He is actually a great agent broker in we call it up top when I'm in Atlanta. So if you're looking to connect with a really good real estate person, he is the person to connect with. And there are people on this platform tonight. You are brand new agents or brand new investors. I'm going to ask you if you have questions to take down notes, and then you can ask me those questions offline. And this way I can stay on track with tonight's teaching, tonight's training. Okay. This is a platform tonight that is open to other areas. So we're not just in the RIA meetup tonight. We have people joining us on Periscope and my Birthing a Business coaching group and other platforms on social media. So this is why I'm saying for the people in the RIA meetup, tonight I would like you to just write your questions down, because you guys have access to me pretty much. And if you write your questions down, I will be happy to address them when we do our 15 minutes if you are in the coaching programs. But if you're not, if you're in the RIA meetup, I try to make myself available to you guys. If you're one of my agents, of course, I'm going to make myself available to you. And so I really want to get tonight's live going, because I think it is really crucial that people understand that in COVID being the situation, there's a lot of things going on with people's mindsets that are taking them off course. And nothing is new under the sun. We just have to learn to navigate in the circumstances we're in. And so again, for those that are new, my name is Wendy Lovejoy. I have been in real estate close to 30 years, and I have enjoyed most of it. I've worked on learning and constantly upgrading myself. I constantly invest in being coached and mentored myself. I'm constantly learning by being out there in the business, doing the business, constantly talking to sellers and buyers and agents, investors, title companies, attorneys, and anything real estate related, contractors. It is something that becomes a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. And so I'm really encouraging you to see real estate as an opportunity to really change your life, because real estate is the one industry that has changed my life, my family's life, my children, and I can go on and on. Hi, Frank. And so for the people that are joining us tonight, I just encourage you, if you have questions, message me after, because I want you to focus more on hearing the teaching tonight. And so take notes. If I say a phrase you don't understand or a terminology you don't understand, just take notes. But I want your heart and your mind open, because I'm hoping to shift your thinking. I'm hoping to shift your thinking. It is so important to change how you think. That is the number one thing that I learned about real estate. And just to share a little bit about myself, I want you to check out my t-shirt. Do you see what my t-shirt says? I hustle bricks and keys. If you know me and you know my testimony, I've hustled different kinds of bricks and keys. And so I had to change my mindset. And now my son came up with this, as a play on words. And because in real estate, you're really hustling bricks and keys. You are helping people own the bricks and keys of their life. And so I wear this t-shirt and it starts conversations. And I love the idea of it. And, you have to be able to look at your real estate as a way to have fun and communicate and just share. So when I hear people that tell me they got into real estate and circumstances are causing them to think like, I don't want to really proceed right now, I'm going to put it on the back burner, or I can't move forward. And especially moms with children, you have to make a commitment to do your real estate. And this is for men as well. When you say real estate is the thing that is going to change your family's trajectory, you have to stick to it. Whatever you choose, but we're talking real estate, there is nothing that is going to bring you a lot of money and change your lifestyle and change your surroundings and the people around you that will not be easy. It's going to be, you got to really understand that you got to be willing to change how you think. You're looking to do something you've never done before. And you're looking to do it in a time where everything is shifting, everything. We're moving into a space where cars sooner or later are going to be driving themselves. So the people that are focusing on Uber and all that kind of stuff, you really have to learn to think differently. If you're doing some MLM that is not really consistent with the time, you're really going to have to think to shift. When you look and see how many people are wealthy, in really wealthy, not people that are faking it, not people that are pretending, but people that have really accumulated a wealthy lifestyle. Most people will say it's real estate. When you look at McDonald's does not make their money selling hamburgers. If you watch the movie about McDonald's, you know that the shift until a business coach or a business partner told McDonald's that they had to own the real estate. Before then, they were losing a lot of money. But once they went into owning the real estate that held the McDonald's, that's when their wealth changed. It shifted. Real estate is not going anywhere. People can say because of COVID, houses are not selling, but they are. Everything you put on the market goes. Some of my agents will tell you they show homes that you can't even get inside of in the New York area, and those homes sell. They show homes that are, bunch of mess in it, those homes sell. Investors are making investment deals. Real estate is really still moving. But the people that are succeeding in real estate are the people that are understanding a mindset shift, especially if you're coming from one industry into another, especially if you're in an industry. I can't tell you how many people come to me and they say, I am in this business. I am in the tech industry. I am a teacher. I am a nurse. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. And I want to get into real estate. And I've been watching your postings. I've been following you, and I want to learn real estate. I've tried to invest. I'm a, insurance broker. I really want to invest. Hey, Jesus, how are you? So I really want to invest, and I want to learn from you how to do this. And, they're getting into real estate because real estate is still the number one wealth builder that there is. The thing that's happening, though, is for people that get in, not everybody's going to succeed. Some people are not understanding that real estate is not about the house. It's not about the house. The house is the thing that you're either selling, or as an investor, you're selling the deal attached to a property, but you're not selling the property, you're selling a deal. It's very important. And so you have to understand that, number one, you have to learn that real estate is a vehicle that you're using to get a why, or something that you feel is important to you. You want to live a different lifestyle. And you can tell the people that tap into their why. That's the number one thing. You got to really invest a lot of time understanding your why. And some people don't want to take the time to do that because they don't want to really get to know themselves. If you don't have a why, you're going to give up when the first negative thing happens in real estate. The first time a deal doesn't go your way, or if you don't do a deal as quickly as you thought, you're going to give up because you are not why motivated. So that's a mindset. And I really can't say enough how much you have to focus on your mindset. When I first got into real estate, I was in a space in my life where I was being separated from the father of my children, and my babies were in Pampers. A lot of you know my kids, they're grown now, but I had to make some really strong decisions. And there was nobody I knew that knew real estate, but a good friend of mine said I was too smart for the lifestyle I was in previously, and that real estate was something that would help my talents. And so I got into real estate, and I had to become coachable. So I cannot teach you anything I have not learned or anything I have not experienced. I would be lying to you. So the number one thing that I had to do was figure out my why. And the why was my 3 children and my mom. That was my motivating factor. Because of that, really tapping into my why, it helped me to help more people. Other people got helped because of that. But my why kept me going when the deals didn't come as quickly. It kept me going when I had to learn more than I thought I needed to learn. It kept me going when I was in an office of 50 agents and only 2 were doing the real production, and everybody else was coming in there and wasting time. I had to focus on my why because I knew I didn't have any other options. This is what I was going to use to change my life and my children's life. And so you have to get to that mindset. You have to kind of figure out your why, and then you've got to choose real estate to be the vehicle that is going to change the things in your life you don't like. And I tell people, if you have a strong why and you don't commit and add real estate to your mindset that this is the vehicle you're going to use to change your life, you're not going to succeed. It's a vehicle that's going to change your life. But to change life, you have to, one, change your thinking, and you've got to understand that you need to be coachable. Money is not the main thing. Money comes because you're doing the things you need to do, and the money comes by default. But if you focus on the money and you're not considering how to learn the business of real estate, then you're focusing on getting money, but you're not focusing on making real estate the vehicle. And so learning about real estate, committing to real estate, and making it a daily habit of, one, finding out what the money-making activities are in real estate. And then once you know what those are, then you make those part of your daily lifestyle. And most people don't understand that's what they need to do. Most people think, if I watch every real estate investor that's online, if I watch every real estate trainer for agents online, I'm going to succeed. But if you're watching them and you're not implementing the things that they're saying to you, you're not taking those things and putting them in your heart so you change you, then you're not going to succeed in real estate like you should. So that's number one. No matter how successful you are, unless you learn what real estate is doing right now, and you learn how to navigate during COVID, real estate is still selling now. During COVID, I'm telling you, more homes are selling now than before COVID. But you've got to know what price point is selling. You've got to know what deals are moving. And you've got to know how to navigate in this industry right now. Homes are selling. Deals are being made. And so, one, you have to figure out your why. Two, you have to commit to real estate being the vehicle that's going to help you to accomplish the things in your life that you say you want to change. You've got to be willing to commit to it. Now, one thing is you can get started in real estate and find out it's not for you. But don't be the kind of person that you're always starting something new, but you say you want to change your family's life, your own lifestyle, but you don't stick to anything. You've got to be willing to stick to it. You've got to be willing to make this a venture that you're going to give at least a year to. You don't want to get into real estate and think you're going to be successful overnight, especially if you've not done real estate before. And the less coachable you are, the less successful you will become. So I really like to start on mindset in most of my trainings, because that is the thing that shifts your thinking. It is the one thing that is the maker or breaker of your real estate career, how you think, your thoughts. And so again, I just implore upon you, if you have chosen real estate as the vehicle, then you want to say to yourself that I'm going to give it 6 months, a year before I quit. When I was in multi-level marketing, one of the superstars of the company I was with would always say, make it to the top positions before you quit. And that was my goal. I'm going to commit to learning everything about this industry, and I'm going to make it to the top positions before I quit. So give yourself some time in real estate. Give yourself the time. Give yourself 6 months to a year, especially if you're brand spanking new. You want to give yourself even more time, because you don't know what you don't know. And some things you only learn as you keep going and move through it. So it's very, very important that you give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. And then you want to commit to understanding what successful people do in real estate. That's the other thing. What do successful people do in real estate? Don't listen to the people that tell you they're successful, but if you ask them to borrow $5, they can't loan it to you because they're not really having success. You want to watch and connect with successful people, and that's one of the reasons we started the RIA meetup, to build a community where I could share some of the things that I know helps people become successful, and just mindsets and strategies that we share on the meetup group. And we'll be interviewing different people throughout the year that are the top in their field to help you also grow your business. You want to look at successful people, and then you want to see how you can connect with those people so that they're helping you to grow. You don't want to connect with people that are not successful. You don't want to spend your time with people that are trying to get where you want to go, but they've not committed to real estate themselves. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Successful people usually, one, find somebody who's moving in the direction they want to go, and then they connect to that person to learn how to move the way that person does. For me, when I wanted to become a real estate agent, I interviewed a few real estate brokers, and I chose the one who had helped most of the people that I interviewed. And then I did everything he told me. I never questioned it. I didn't say, you could show me how to do this better, or why are you trying to make it so hard for me? I did everything he told me, because at that time he was the one with the $2 million condo on the water in New York with 5 real estate offices and over thousands of agents, 50 alone in the office I was in. So he was having closings every day, and I wanted to be like him. So I listened to what he said, and I did everything he told me to do. And then when I wanted to become a real estate investor, I found the person that created everything we do real estate investing. And that person was Robert Allen. At the time, he had just come out with the book, No Money Down. And this was in the late 80s, early 90s. And so when I had the opportunity to have conversations with him, I didn't battle him or try to prove to him I knew everything. I listened to everything he told me to do, and some things made no sense to me at that time. Like, one of the things he had me do was go stand in the middle of the street in San Diego and beg for money. But he was teaching me how to learn to ask people for stuff, because up until that time, I did not know how to ask. So that's one thing a mentor does for you. They look at you and they see where you are, where you say you want to end up, and they help you to bridge the gap. So you want to consider that. You want to find people that are doing more than you've done and get them to mentor you. Get them to show you what it takes to become successful in the field you say you want to be successful in. If you talk to successful people that are top producers, they'll tell you that the number one thing that has helped them was the kind of coaching or mentor they have. We talk about people like one of my favorites, Michael Jordan. And if he didn't have the best coaches, he wouldn't have been as successful. So you want to be open to having somebody mentor and guide you. And you don't want to take pieces of your mentorship from all over the place. The way I explain that to people is, when I was younger, I used to like to bake. So I would take Duncan Hines box and I would bake everything the way it told me. Sometimes I'd use a Betty Crocker box and to take everything it told me to make the cakes that I made at that time. But if I tried to mix the two together, it never came out tasting well, because one said use oil and one said use milk. And you can't put those two together and have the same kind of cake. So I see people that say, well, I want to be successful in real estate, and I saw this person say this, but then I saw that person say that, and I'm going to try to put it all together. I encourage you to choose a mentor. Way to go. So I tell people, choose a mentor and then stick to a program they have until you succeed. The program's not the problem. It's how you're implementing it that could be the problem. And some people get started in real estate and they all gung-ho in the beginning because they saw somebody with the check that was a big check, and they're like, oh, I can cash one of those too. But they didn't see when the person was learning and how the person committed to learning and all the things to be able to stand in front of you and cash that check. You just see the check. But there's a lot that went into that. And one of it is mindset. Very, very important. Secondly, you want to surround yourself with people that are moving the way you move. And so when you're in a group, there's a lot of real estate communities on social media right now. Choose a platform that fits you and stay in there and communicate. And don't, in our group, we don't allow people to keep selling to our audience unless they're business associates. But you can make comments, oh, I like this piece of real estate, or I have this piece of real estate. Would you like to, listed with me, or would you like to, wholesale it with me? Those types of things are okay because that's helping you build business. But we don't want people all day they're selling you stuff, and if they make a comment, it's about, oh yeah, I do this and buy that. That's not the community we've created. Our focus is to help you get a successful mindset, and then watch you implementing the things that you should be implementing so that you can have success. And so you can look and see who's doing the deals in the group. Mostly every day I'm posting a new property because every single day I'm doing a deal. I'm doing work. I'm out in the field, and I share with you the things I'm doing, the kind of marketing I'm doing, how I'm doing the marketing, how I'm finding the properties. And because it's become a lifestyle, and there's other people in the group that are having success, and people we interview that some have had more success than me, and they're willing to share how they did it. And so you want to surround yourself with people like that. One of the things we talk about is team building, and team building is very, very important. And one of the things you want on your team is you have to see yourself as your best team player. You're only going to be as successful as how much you invest in changing your thinking and developing you into your best player, because the why that you chose in the beginning was your why. If you say your why was your family, that is your family. If you win or lose, it is you that has put your family in a space where they can have the things you say you want them to have, or they will not have it. Your actions dictate that. If you say you want to give yourself a nicer car, a nicer home, you want to do more for ministry, whatever your why is, you have to develop you into becoming your best player on your team, the best person on your team. If you don't do that, you will not have the success you're looking for. So the number one player on your team is yourself. The next person you want on your team that you want to invest time cultivating a relationship with is whoever you choose to be your coach or your mentor. Very, very important. You don't want a coach that, is not willing to share with you information because they've not gotten where you're trying to go. They haven't closed any deals yet. I see people close one deal and then they want to be a mentor. They close one wholesale deal, then they want to teach other people how to wholesale. They really don't have enough experience to do that. One of the reasons that I believe in coaches is because a coach can make a big difference. And, I share this story quite often. So for those that have been following me for a while and you've heard it, act like you haven't heard it before. But when my grandson wanted to learn how to play basketball, I signed him up to a basketball team, and he went to play, and his dad came to see him play, and he was horrible. My grandson was horrible. And I'm still there trying, go, AJ, you can do it, AJ. And his dad was like, what the heck? What's going on here? This kid, man, I got to talk to him. But the thing is, I had invested a lot of money for my two boys to go to 5-Star Camp, which was a basketball camp in Pennsylvania every single summer. And they became great players. My son then takes my grandson and teaches him the stuff he learned and coached my grandson. The next time my grandson played, he was amazing because he had a coach and a mentor. And so it's very, very important that you understand who you choose to coach and mentor you is very, very important. And then you want to build the rest of your team, your cash buyers, the sellers you want to work with, the real estate agent, the contractors, all of this, because when those things go off, when the contract is not moving like they should, or the agent is not moving like they should, you can go to your mentor or coach and say, this is what I'm experiencing. And they'll say, well, go this way instead, do that. This is what you should say. This is how you can handle it. Or this is where you can find your team. My experience in real estate has helped me to help a lot of people and help them in the ways that other coaches don't. Like some people will text me and say, I'm actually in Texas and I was trying to close on a deal and now I found out that this deal has asbestos in it. What do I do? Or they'll say, I was closing on a deal and there's a foundation problem. What do I do? Or I just went into contract and now I found out it's a foundation problem. There's things that happen that as a newbie, you won't know how to handle it. But when you have a coach and a mentor, some of us have experienced stuff like that hundreds of times.